Welcome back. The situation in the Gaza Strip is really alarming, with the situation on the humanitarian level getting more dangerous every single day, with the silence of the international community and the genocide by Israel continuing to take place. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres on Monday called for a massive supply of aid to Gaza to fight the starvation, saying there was a growing international consensus to tell Israel a ceasefire is needed in its war on Hamas. To shed more light on the issue, we are very much delighted to be joined over the phone by Mr. Latif Wahba, our journalist and Ministerial Council journalist. Good morning, Mr. Wahba.
Good morning, yeah.
Sir, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres urged Israel to remove the remaining obstacles to the entry of aid to the Palestinians in the Gaza Strip, noting that the need to increase the crossings for this very important purpose. Guterres stressed that today the time has come to a ceasefire in the Gaza Strip. How do you see this call by the UN Secretary General and his visit to the region during the past days?
As you know that during the last days or last week, for example, Israeli is still committing a genocide against the Palestinians. And although the displacement of the Gazan people from the north to the south in Rafah, and at the same time, some countries, especially Egypt and the United States and many countries all over the world, are trying to release some humanitarian aid through the aeroplanes and dropping it to the Gazan people in the south. But Israel used these systems to commit many daily crimes against the Gazan people. And this is what invited or called the United Nations Secretary Generals to come again to the area and to meet and discuss the situations with some neighboring countries as Egypt and also Jordan and so on. Before going to Jordan, he visited Egypt and met with the President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, and at the same time he toured went in a tour for the Rafah crossing borders, and he saw all the violations and the Israeli aggressions against the Palestinians. And after that, you know that during his conference with Minister of Foreign Affairs, Sam Shukri, they stressed that the humanitarian aids away from any reconciliations or settlement must be released to the Gazan people, as they suffered from starving, suffered from the lack of medicines, and the main infrastructures at the same time. And this is what the European countries called it another kind of genocide against the Palestinian people. And after that, he traveled to Jordan and also met with the foreign ministers Safadi in Jordan, and also he visited الوحدات refugees
Yes.
camps there, and stressed that that the Palestinians have the right to get the humanitarian aid, and they have the right in an immediate ceasefire and stopping and deterring the Israeli attacks against them. But let me say that the most important factor or element in the Israeli war against the Gazan people is what happened in United Nations. It is the first time since the beginning of the war and the crisis, the United States prevented from using the veto right against the decisions, and this has made Israel very anxious and very nervous against the United States, and also at the same time, as you know, that the Prime Minister himself hold the Israeli official visit to the United States and canceled it. This means that the United States and with the European countries and all the countries all over the world started to confess that the Palestinians must build their independent states, and the solutions of the two independent states must be implemented just now.
Yes.
This is we couldn't say a historic moment because it is a historic right for the Palestinian rights.
Yes, indeed. Sir, also Guterres stressed that the United Nations support for the residents of the Gaza Strip, saying in his speech to the Palestinians, "You are not alone." What are the implications of these statements, and to what extent these statements and all these actions were not reflected in any positive way on both Israel or even the United States?
Yeah, when he says that the Palestinians are not alone, this means that many countries in Europe and all over the world, it changed their point of view from the Israeli war against the Palestinians. And as you know that there is a change in the tone of criticism to Israel, and it changed from support to criticism to the Israeli policy at the same time. As you know, the Vice President of the United States, Harris, declared frankly in a speech that Israel is committing many violations of the international law and the treaties, and must be or must let for the Palestinians to hold to build their independent body or entity or states. This is one. And at the same time, that you know that the European countries that were supporting the Israel, like Germany, like
Yes.
France, like Britain, and all these countries, it changed at the same time their point of view against Israel. This is a change in the alongside with the escalations of the Israelis, the
Yes.
violations against the Palestinians. As you know that the Palestinians lost 70 or 80 or more than that every day from their lives.
Yes.
But the Palestinians is still adhering to their efforts to combat the Israelis' aggressions against the Gazan people. And as you know, that there is a difference
Yes.
between the Israelis' attack at the beginning of the war and till the last 2 weeks in North Gaza and South Gaza. As you know that now
Yes.
many Palestinians they estimated them at 2 or 1.5 or 2 million
Yes.
people now are living or removed to the south. This
Yes.
means if anything happens in Rafah, for
Yes.
example, it will be a human
Yes.
disaster,
Yes.
not only Israelis genocide.
Yes, indeed, Mr. Abdul Latif Wahba, our Ministerial Council journalist. Thank you so much, sir, for your precious input. And with that, our dear viewers, we come to the end of this edition of the Breakfast Show, brought to you by myself, Maïsi Rabia. Till tomorrow with another crew. It's goodbye and have a good day.